Think that's it. I think I'm good. Now just don't destroy the shed on the way back from the mall by running into it. That would not be a good thing to do. Okay, the return to the mall. There should be one other big long roadblock in my way before I head back northwards, and that is this. The AUG. The AUG line from the bus. Could you get out of my way, stuffs, things? Oh, hey, it's uranium. Oh, hey, it's uranium. What will I ever do with the uranium on this map? Nothing anytime soon. Alright, bros, give me stuffs while I figure out what the heck is going on with this train station. Why is it not? Nichrome. Mall Nichrome. Alright, I will redo it then. Nichrome. Here. And there it is. The train's coming. Magic. Magic. Don't know why that needed to be redone at all. Do not understand what that issue was on the Nichrome. And there they go. They're flying. Hello, my minions. I'm sure I just, like, dropped a whole bunch of minion availability as soon as the Nichrome began flowing again. The sad part is now I need to actually still remain sitting here watching this as the train goes back and then refills so that I know that it comes back. It is coming back. Good. Very good. It shall return. The Nichrome shall flow once more. Don't know how that broke. Because it was fine when I first set it up. But now it had broken somehow. Okay. Yes, the Fastwoods. Right. Oh, yay. And, of course, with that fix, then flows the Circuit 2s. That fix then makes the Circuit 2s flow. How many of these did I end up with? 4? Oh. I thought I was going to have, like, a few of these. More than 4. But no, as it turns out, if I throw a stack of 100 Circuit 2s at wood processing units, I get 4. Because it's 25 circuits per Mark II of this building. Like, what? That's a little extreme. By comparison to sand extractors, which is 5, ball mills are 5, filters are 5, wire compost plants 30 with 20 narrow processors. Does not compute. does not compute. And then 15 on these. Even that's expensive. Like, why? See, 5. Botanical Nursery Mark IIs, 5. Then Spore Collectors, for some reason, 20 and 30 to do Spore Collectors at Mark II. That's way too high. That is way too many circuit boards. There shouldn't be anything using 30 or 25 or even 20. 15 max. Yeah, 15 max. But even then, here, make these. Let's forcibly make these. So I can't really do a wood build without the ability to make the wood at the end. So it's 25 of these. Wow. 25 times 25. Holy God, that's a lot of circuits. That's a lot of circuits. That is a few circuits there. And the prioritization, I think, prioritizes me and my request for the 100 before going out to basically anything else. So this request should be the entire production of Circuit 2s at this point, I believe. We can go and have a look here as this cycles to see that each cycle it produces 5. Yeah, and every cycle I get 5 more put into my inventory, so literally as long as I stand here with the 100 request, it's just going to give me everything, and I can do my own manual prioritization of what gets built. In this case, these. All of these. Until we get 25 of them, enjoy the thrilling gameplay as I attempt to make sufficient quantities of wood processing units. 4 per stack of 100. 4 per stack. And its stack sizes to 100. How's this doing? Down here. The seas. Why are you waiting? Oh, because I didn't... I missed a few signals. Hey. That explains a lot, actually. I missed a few signals over there, as it turns out. How are ferrite doing? Ferrite's flowing. Ferrite needs to flow more. I need more here. I've just tripled the ferrite by doing that. Because the Mark IIs are 3 times as fast as the Mark Is. So, request more things. Lots more things. So that you actually continue to move. There you go. Now we're talking. Now we're cooking. There's the excess amounts of ferrite of my dreams. Now, why then... then it becomes just an issue of being able to feed this quickly enough. That is very easily fixed. Yeah. That I like. And that will mean that this actually will flow non-stop until I run out of something else. Until some other bottleneck appears, this will now operate at max speed. Wow. Yay. I'll get to fixing that issue in a sec. I've got a few wood processing units that need to be crafted. We're at 18 of 25. Oh boy. minions. Yes, thank you. Thank you for bringing me some of these. I guess I'm not getting everything at this point on the output of that machine. Oh, right, because my Logibots carry 4. They must only carry 4 at a time. So when the thingy outputs 5, there's 1 spare, and some other Logibot's probably picking up the extra 1. So I'm not getting the full 5, maybe? Maybe. Yeah, this iterates by 4s as I get deliveries. Eventually, I will be able to pick up another tech that will give me more worker cargo size, wherever the heck it is in this list. Somewhere here, but that's purple science. See, worker robot cargo size upgrade, the next upgrade is a purple science. But the worker robot speed next upgrade is a utility science without purple, which makes sense in vanilla, but not in the Pie Suite, because purple will always be before yellow. In vanilla, you don't need purple before yellow to beat the game. In fact, you could theoretically beat the game, I think, without much, if any, purple. It's like it's mostly uh, quality of life type techs that are in purple science in vanilla, but not so much here. It's production science, so it's techs that give you extra, like improved production. Hey, make more. Make the 4 more of those. We need 3 more wood processing units. So as soon as I get 75 circuit 1s, I'll have enough. And then I need to go fix the signals at train station Doohickey. Sea sponges. And then back to wood to start the wood. And we'll see how much I actually can get done of that within the next 14 minutes. Come on, 75. You can do it. You can do it. 75. 10 more. 2 more cycles. If you're giving me everything from the cycles. And there we go. 75. 3. There we go. We have a sufficient quantity. We now have the sufficient quantity of the wood processing units. Where did I leave my vehicle? Somewhere, I thought down here. Where? What? What? There. There you are. Where again? Here. Alright, Crawdaddy. By the way, I have some blood meal saved up. You know, just by the way, I have some blood meal for making nylon through the alternative recipe to the nichrome recipe. So I'm actually making nylon in both ways that you can make nylon at the moment. Just because I needed to get it flowing before I got my nichrome at scale. And I figured, you know what, I've got blood being produced, I may as well have the blood meal recipe giving me some nylon rather than 0 nylon from my lack of nichrome. But I am okay at this point, actually, with using the nichrome to do the nylon because the other items, the other fluids that are involved in that process are good fluids. Yes, hello, Ave. Welcome. You have arrived for the last 12 minutes where I'm about to go fix a thing with the sponge build. I have a slight issue with my train station from lacking some signals. Some rather important signals need to be added. And then I am going to go back and do what I can on a dedicated wood build. So, yeah, I am missing these signals. These important signals. Doink, 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 and doinky. There you go, now you can flow. I do not play Fallout 76. So what is my take on it? I'm glad I didn't buy it. That's my take on Fallout 76. I immediately regretted nothing when it released on completely skipping it. Alright, so the actual sponge build that Ave has missed starts with production of biomass, as well as hot air. Hot air for flue gas. So we're doing biomass-based flue gas to feed back the phytoplankton. And then that is being used as well with Zogna, importing wood and petri dishes and lamps to do the sponges. The sponges recipe. Oh right, that's the other thing that I am forgetting about this is you know, getting rid of the saline water. Yeah, that's also something that's very important that I need to do here. So now we're done. Now we have finished with this. I don't really care what they've done. I'm not even remotely close to interested in playing Fallout 76. Like, online is not intriguing to me. I don't want to play an MMO at all. And I don't even know, like, what the hell even is their implementation? It seems like it's not even good at all. Like, nothing about Fallout 76 interests me in the slightest. Like, nothing about it interests me. If it was a single-player game with an actual story, like an actual Fallout game, then sure, I would play it. But not that iteration of it, no. Not as it is now. And hello, Immortal! You have arrived. It's just, no, I don't, not interested in Fallout 76. Not even remotely. As I said, I regret nothing about not buying it. Didn't I just do something? Huh? What? Oh. Yeah, maybe not. There we go. I just wanted to sort the thing a little bit. Alright, we're off. I have fixed my signals here, / added my signals here. It is time to do wood. Time to do the wood. So, this is the wood. ish. This is ish our plan, to do 30 wood per second out of basically tar, and that's it. Oh, and believe me, I did read the reviews. Oh, I did read the reviews, and yeah, regretted nothing on skipping entirely. And still regret nothing. Okay, let's clean up some of this. Now, I'll tell you what, if Bethesda had actually handed over the Fallout IP to make an actual MMO in the style of Elder Scrolls Online, like an actual Fallout Online, that might have actually been a much better decision on their part. That would have likely resulted in a much better game than trying to fit the style, the engine of basically Skyrim, but Fallout 4's version of the engine into online. Trying to build online capabilities into the existing engine was not a very good idea. Absolutely not a very good idea. And in case you didn't know, that's what Bethesda does, by the way. They've used updated iterations of the same engine since like as far back as Morrowind. Morrowind was like one of the first-ish iterations of their engine. This is why modding is actually very easy with Bethesda games, because not much actually changes in like the file structure and all of that, and so it makes it pretty easy to carry mods from one game to the next, such as Skyrim to Fallout 4. It's not that difficult porting from one to the other by comparison to some other games. And yeah, they've used the same stuff, and there's like code that gets left behind as well from the previous games. It's rather amusing sometimes when actually looking at some of the like variable defines that they have going on. It's like there's some features in here that aren't existent right now in this game, but existed previously. It's like, I think one example is they had from Fallout 3 the VATS system, and the kill animations in Skyrim are actually the like the slow down scenes that you get when you kill the last enemy in Skyrim. That's actually an implementation from Fallout 3's VATS. Like, in case you didn't know, that actually came from the feature that they put into this engine from Fallout 3. So you sort of get a mix of stuff between Elder Scrolls and Fallout mechanics, and they reuse some of the names. It's like, huh, really? All right, how am I going to start this? How am I going to start? Where shall we start? Oh boy. We'll actually start, I think, with the Ash, oddly enough. The Ash is a separate build. The Ash is here. So this is what I will get the production block up for. And grab my gasifiers, as well as my filters. Oh, that's what I didn't grab. Oh, that's sad. I didn't grab my... I didn't grab any tar extractors. Duh! I needed to grab, like, 3 tar extractors. Well, I guess I will get to that at some point in future. So... Why does that say 1226 3? I don't even... I don't even. And then I have to think about how I will actually build this as well. Am I going to build going down or going over here? I think I will maintain this style and build my gasifiers. 1, 2, 3. Doing this recipe, and then 26. That's what? Summary. 33 total. 7. Yeah, 7. 7 doing that recipe. And then 26 doing this one. Oh boy. I'm just paying attention to throughput. I've got this setup. It's 1 into 4. Do I want to do this type setup? How many iterations of that? I'm just looking at you. This thing. Because if I do this 7 times, that should be sufficient, right? That should get me what I need, and then some. Might have a extra some odd amount. Oh, it's 1 to 5? Did I build that correctly? Where's my... you? Oh, it's 1 to... It's 1 to 4, but... Yeah, the way I had scaled it. There we go. That's how we do it. That's 14 filters. I will need 2 more filters to keep my ratio here. But I think with that, we have reached the end for the stream today, folks. I have technically begun what will be our wood build for getting more sufficient quantities of wood. The idea is that I will build this in such a way that I can copy and paste it down a couple of times, maybe, over the course of the playthrough here, but something I could just grab and go, just place down as long as I have the buildings for it. This will give us enough wood being produced and on the train network to feed the sponges. Design it in creative. I could design it in creative, but I'm not going to make you watch me play in creative. Like we have to balance the designing of things versus the actual building of things versus the planning of the builds for the things. If I don't show you this, then what am I going to show you? I mean, really, come on. I have to show things. Things must be shown. But anyway, at the moment, the sponges are flowing, and we have officially filled a train with 500 units of sponges. 500 whole units of sponges, and I could bring that onto my mall for helping with my very small production for cotton guts at the moment. We also have officially gotten the Tufra modules flowing, so the Mark II Tufra modules are flowing now. That is fantastic, and they are operating very smoothly. Have not gotten a stud pup at Mark II yet, or whatever the heck this outputs. So, unfortunately, it's just not moving all that often. So it's just taking longer to have an output. Eventually, it will have an output, and we'll be good to go from there. But it won't matter whether or not this succeeds until after I set up Moondrop and Renea anyway. So, that has been what I have done today. Next time, I will finish the wood build, or I will do the wood build next time and plan out the moondrops immediately after. So moondrops will go. Apparently, my science is moving again now that I fixed an issue with Nichrome, and then I don't know how long the moondrops are going to take, but after moondrops will be Renea. Ideally, by the time the Renea is done, it'll be fine. Did I look into what's your fungal substrate 2-3? I don't know. Did I look into fungal substrate upgrades, like the improved? I mean, I just ignore them. I just ignore them because they require the base model. It's like the improved substrate requires fungal substrate, so, which I just ignore because urea. So it's like, hey, this will require urea, therefore I ignore it. And then this one requires the previous one, which requires the previous one, which requires urea, therefore I ignore it. Everything else about these is fine. Everything else about these is fine. Maybe not the bones so much, but that's a little problematic. And the incubated dishes, those are two expensive things. But it's the urea that's the like number one here. It's like if this was manure, that would make this more appealing if it was actually just manure rather than urea. But otherwise, yeah. And that you have incubated petri dishes here like twice. Like, okay, why do I need incubated petri dishes twice? I don't know, but anyway, we're getting a little bit much on other things. I will end it off here. So, with that, I would like to thank you all for watching. This has been Otaku Showboat. If you've been watching the VODs on YouTube and have been enjoying the series thus far, please be sure to comment, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and if you are so inclined, head on over to twitch.tv/OtakuShowboat to leave a follow to be notified when I go live Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays from 10 a.m. to approximately 1 p.m. U.S. Eastern Time. You can do all of the social stuff through the links below the video, including supporting Pydew Valley's development at patreon.com/Pydew and myself at patreon.com/OtakuShowboat. I will, of course, be back on Thursday for this wood build, as well as planning out, ideally, and executing on the Moondrop build I hope to see you all then.